It was coming at me, yo.
You attacked the shit out of him.
The guy was coming at me crazy.
What?
Wait, I was taking right now.
Matt.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna...
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second, it's time for MattieC Sports for you and me.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with.
All right, everybody, MattieC Sports. I have a special guest here. This girl's taking titles all over the place in a short amount of time. I have Linn Sandstrom. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm good. I'm here in rainy LA at the moment.
Well, it's windy and rainy here in Massachusetts, so on the East Coast is pretty cold too. So
yeah, no, it's all right.
So you know, you just came to LA for, I'm sure, training and stuff like that. So, you know, what's it like coming over to train over here besides in Australia or anywhere else?
I love it. I mean, I was here twice last year to train as well. And it's just like the level of the boxing over here, it's different, you know, like there's world champions everywhere and the sparring is unreal. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, it sounds like you're doing well. Hold on 1 second. Sadie, what's the matter? Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Oh, good.
What, you want to say hi?
Hi. How are you?
That's a 3-time champion right there. Can you go eat? Can you go eat or something, please? Please, thank you. Special guest. Go ahead, honey. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, good.
So what were we saying? So out in California, how you enjoy being out there?
Yeah, no, I love being here. I mean, this is the first camp, like I've done heaps of overseas camps, but this is the first time that my coach is coming with me as well. So that would make it like extra special and I guess even tougher.
Well, I mean, I think you have, is it a lot more resources here for training here in America and especially in the LA area? Because there is a ton of great trainers and things like that out that way for sure. I mean, legends train out there like Freddie Roach and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like yesterday we arrived, we went to Wildcard, Freddie was there. He gave us some nice shirts. We trained in the gym. The atmosphere was unreal. And then on Monday, tomorrow, we're moving down to East LA. So we're going to be camping down there. And, you know, it's just great sparring all around. The type of sparring that I can't really get in Australia at the moment. You know, I want to be here and mixing it up with the best in the world. And that's why we're here.
Perfect. And so, I mean, you've had what now? You've had 10 fights, and in a short amount of
Yeah.
time, you've taken 3 titles.
Yeah, now I have three titles in a row. It's been a good 2022 was good to me. I had 6 fights and 3 title fights. Yeah, it was a massive year, and I traveled all over the world to collect them as well.
In such a short amount of time too. Like that's kind of unheard of in the boxing world to get so quick. And do you think people underestimated your skill set?
I think so. I mean, I had a tough start to the boxing, and I mean, it's a lot behind the scenes that people don't know about and stuff like that. So I lost my first pro debut, and I think because I was fighting both inside and outside the ring, but then last year I sorted everything out, and I could just focus on my boxing, and it showed in the ring as well. So there I was, undefeated last year, and I had a lot of backing, so that I was able to travel around the world as well. Like first I fought in Australia, a week later I fought in Philippines, a week later I fought in Costa Rica, then I went to Mexico for a training camp, LA for a training camp, back to Costa Rica, fought in Australia, Philippines, everywhere. So yeah, it was a crazy year and a crazy journey, but I'm here. I said I want to make a statement. I'm here to make a statement, and now I feel like I'm on that level where I need to be sparring the best, so that when I'm fighting the best, that's for.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why you're ranked number 9 for sure, but do you think you should be ranked higher?
I mean, I want to be ranked
I'm sorry,
higher.
lower.
No, definitely not. I want to be ranked higher. This year I'm coming for the top. I want tough fights. I want hard fights. I want to start challenging the best in the world.
Is there anybody in particular you're gunning for?
Well, obviously, I want to become a world champion. So anyone that's a world champion, that's what I'm going to be looking for.
I'm sorry, something's happening with this. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
there.
good.
So who are you? Is there anybody you're trying to go after right at this moment?
I mean, anyone that's a world champion. That's my target at the moment. I just want to be climbing the rankings, and yeah, my ultimate goal is to be a world champion. So that's what I'm aiming for.
So just somebody who's at a current belt, and you want that.
Yeah, that's it.
I like it. And you fought in everywhere around the world in a matter of a year. You shouldn't even have jet lag right now.
Yeah, I know. I should be used to this. But it's always tough. I mean, I remember when we went to London, it took 8 days to get over the jet lag. And then I'm still European. So, it took 8 days to get over the jet lag. And that was the day of the fight. So it takes time. Traveling and competing is hard. Like people think, she gets to travel all around the world and do this and do that. But it's hard. It's hard on your body. And yeah, it's a challenge, but you gotta get it done.
Did you have to weight cut on the plane?
Yeah, I did. And then we went in business class as well. So my coach had the best food delivered to his seat all the time, and I couldn't eat anything. So that was a bit of a challenge.
So you were pretty much just like, all right, can you please turn the heat on, please? I'm trying to cut weight for my next fight.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we stayed at such a good hotel in London as well, and they took super good care of us. Like I told them, I'm a boxer, I'm water loading and this and that. And so every day they filled up my room with 15 liters of water. And yeah, they were just legends of the hotel we were staying at. And so that made it easier, because it's hard, being away from your home environment, fighting and training and making weight and doing all of that. But yeah, we were very blessed.
That's the first time I've heard cutting weight on a plane.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but you got to get it done.
Oh yeah. And what would you say the best place you fought so far? Like, what was the most, you know, in the sense of environment, like people, like just the scenery, like.
Mm, everything is different. Like you get a new experience, I guess, wherever you go. What I did learn in the beginning of the year, because I was traveling without my coach, I was alone. I only had a friend with me. That was very, very tough. Because you don't have anyone having your back or looking after you. But yeah, everything is different. I mean, for me, Philippines is really good because it's like they treating me like I'm almost Filipino. I have a lot of friends over there, and the crowd is just going crazy. They spend like 3 hours just taking photos with you, and like, yeah, it's nuts. I like that. But yeah, everything is different. I mean, when I fought in Costa Rica, fought on Yoka Valles undercard, and it's cool, you know, she's like the female version of Canelo in Costa Rica. She's just such a famous person over there, and to fight on her undercard was also unreal. So yeah, I've been to a lot of cool shows and a lot of cool places. I mean, London as well. I was the main event in York Hall, and when you speak to people who's been there and speak to English people and stuff, they speak about York Hall with such a pride, and like all of the world champions has been there, has fought there. So yeah, everything, I guess, you just learn from every experience and every place you go to.
And what's so cool about that, and I should say this has to be a question for you since you went to the Philippines. Did you see Manny Pacquiao?
I didn't. I was supposed to and meet him because I was there just before COVID hit, like just a couple of days before COVID hit. And lucky we managed to get out, or we would have been stuck there for months. But then they were supposed to have this party or something, and he was supposed to be there, but obviously COVID happened, and yeah, we never got to it.
Oh, I'm glad you got out before you could. Then you could just be home.
No, it was tough. We already did a tough camp, and it was the end of camp. We actually went home 2 days before they closed the borders, me and my teammate. So lucky, we got out.
Well, I'm glad you got out and you made it home safe.
Yeah.
My other question to you, so I've had a female fighter here actually in your division. And so my question to you is like, you know, they've had a couple female fights on, you know, Top Rank or Showtime or BBC, things like that. Do you feel like the women are rising up and they need to be on the cards more?
Definitely. I mean, I know the girl you're talking about. I'm actually going to go and spar her here in LA. We fought on the same card in Costa Rica, and the girls are just killing it at the moment.
Oh my God,
you know?
was that you? I was watching you. Oh my God. I was watching that card.
Yeah, no, it was a good card. It was a very good card. And yeah, I mean, we are absolutely smashing it, especially if you look at social media as well. You know, like people want to follow us, they want to sponsor us, they want to get behind female boxing, and us girls, we're just fighting as hard as the men, training as hard. You know, we deserve all of that exposure. People are itching and coming all around the world to watch us, you know.
And
so definitely.
And especially you and La Cobra, you guys are definitely tearing up the super flyweight division. And I told her myself too, is that you have to, like, they have to get you guys exposure. Like, you know, they got you on the media side and all this stuff. They got you on the zone, but they need to expand you guys out to ESPN, HBO, Showtime, because that's where they show like a little bit more, because boxing in the zone is its own entity. But to get you guys on those cards is what they need to do, I feel, because like I've seen a couple fights, but it's not just Carissa Shields and Michaela Meyer. It needs to be a lot more than that, and especially, you know, world fighters as yourself, US fighters. And I think you guys are needed to make more popularity and especially inspire other women and young women to fight, because it's something important.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even on my own platform, I think I have over 60,000 followers. And if I post a video, it can get millions of views. And that's just me on my own. Imagine I had a massive promoter promoting me and giving me a platform to show my skills properly as well. You know, like how many people would I reach then? So, you know, I totally agree. There needs to be more women getting the opportunities to be on cards and platforms like this.
If you follow me, I'll do my best to share your stories and all that for sure.
Yeah.
But is there any planned fights that are gonna be agreed so far, or are you just kind of in the training mode for now?
I know my team is in talks at a couple of different options. But for me, I guess until they've sorted it all out, I'm just staying ready. Like I said, I know whoever I fight next is going to be a top opponent. So that's why I'm here, to really mix it up with the best in the world, and to be ready for whatever comes next.
And that's awesome to me, that, like, you know, you're coming out to LA to better yourself, and you know where the top people are. Some people just stay in their own region, and nothing wrong with that, but
No.
sometimes there's not enough resources. I mean, is there enough resources in Australia, or is it kind of slim in Australia?
I mean, I have a solid backing, but to be able to do all of these things, but the level of sparring is not as high. Like, I can't go to 3 different gyms, and in every gym there is a world champion willing to spar me in my weight division. Like, it's unheard of. But here, obviously, I've managed to make these connections, and you know, it's just going to be top quality sparrings for 2 weeks. You know, it's cool because you go away for 2 weeks and then you come back and you're so much better as a fighter. Like, there's nothing that can compare to going overseas and hustle this way, and you know, like, giving it your all. It's not like, yeah, I used to be a table tennis player. It's not like I got hurt in that sport, but here, if you want to be a boxer, you got to give it your all.
Yeah, I was watching the ESPN card last night with Top Rank. Did you happen to watch it at all?
No, I just watched some highlights that they posted. I was probably sleeping, to be honest. But nah, I watched some of the highlights from the show.
Anybody in particular you thought did well last night?
Well, one of my coach friends, Abraham Nova, he won his fight, and that was the highlight that I watched. But yeah, I didn't get to watch more than that.
I met him once, but it was a funny story about that.
Oh, really?
There is, yeah. So I was rooting for a fighter that I know, a good friend, and then the other fighter was part of his gym, and I was going, and I was saying stuff about his fighter, nothing in swearing or anything, and then he stood up, and I was like, "Oh, that's Abraham Nova." But he didn't have the bleached beard, so I didn't realize at first.
Yeah.
So it was just funny that occurrence just happened, and you know, it was just something. I don't know. It was just amazing to, you know, sometimes you don't see a fighter come into a place like that, like a small, not a small venue, but you know, like a local event type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good, you know, like having those people there to inspire the next generation and fighting on their show. I mean, everyone got to start somewhere, and we just got to climb our way up.
And it's so cool that, like, you can meet professional fighters that and in a crowd sometimes you don't even know.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's awesome. Yeah, we were here. We were supposed to watch Tim Tszyu versus Charlo in Vegas to end this trip, but obviously the fight got cancelled, unfortunately.
And for you, is there any fighters that you want to actually meet yourself?
I mean, I think we're pretty set up with the fighters that we do want to meet. That's the fighters we're gonna meet and train with. So I think we've done well. We're gonna do a week in East LA, then we fly to Montreal for a week, and then to Vegas for a couple of days and back to LA. So now we'll be able to meet a lot of people, connect with a lot of people, and yeah, that's what we're here to do.
Excellent. So this year, do you have a fight goal? Like, how many fights do you try to want to get into this year?
I don't have a number of fights I want to get into this year. It will more be quality fights. I want to be able to improve heaps between the fights. So I'm not sure when we're aiming to have my next one, but I know it won't be 6 fights this year. That's for sure. And we won't just take a fight just to take a fight. But I want to be, for me personally, I want to be in the best shape of my life. Like even now, camp hasn't even started, and I did a strength session yesterday, and I hit PBs and everything I did, and it wasn't even hard to hit that PB. So I'm getting stronger, I'm getting fitter, and I just want to be in the shape of my life. So when the opportunity do come, like I'm ready.
Excellent. And my final question to you, Ms. Sandstrom, is, besides boxing, is there anything you want to do, or are you just going to live for boxing and that's it?
No, I'm just going to live for boxing. That's what I've done the last 7 years. And I'm just going to keep doing that. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. And yeah, I mean, I'm able to do this full time, and like I said, you need to give it your all if you want to be the best. And that's what I'm doing.
Well, you're doing an excellent job at it. And I mean, 6 fights in a year, and that's pretty amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I can't wait to see the rest of what happens with your career. For sure.
Thank you. No, it will be exciting. And like I said, when I'm here now, be able to spar and train and see how they work over here. Yeah, it's just going to take me to new levels when I come back. So whatever comes next, I will be ready for that.
And is there any sponsors you want to shout out at all? Or your
sponsors
team?
Shout out to all of my team, my sponsors, everyone that is allowing me to live this life. And I've created a really good network of people around me. I have Sports Lab, Body Whirl, I have Peanut Butter Bar, food sponsors. I have everything that I need to live as a professional athlete, and I could not be more grateful for that. So thank you to everyone that's sponsoring me.
Well, everybody, look out for Linn Sandstrom. And how can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram. My name is Sandstrom Boxer, or Twitter, Sandstrom Boxer.
Sandstrom Badass. I think you need to change it to that.
Yeah. No, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and everybody, Linn Sandstrom, look out for her. She's going to be on a tear. We're going to try to make a goal to get you Top Rank or Showtime or anything. So I wish you nothing but luck, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, definitely. Love to be on soon again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching MattieC's Sports for You and Me. Make sure to follow MattieC on MattCameron23 on Twitter, MattieC23 on Instagram, and subscribe to MattieC's Sports for You and Me on YouTube.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with. I bring the flow with lyrical stamina, rapping a million miles. One point I'm an animal, then I'm a cannibal, taking my pick and I pounce. Bold and serious, cold amphibious track murderer. A cup I need by no one, so I got my back vertebra. The heat is up, extinguisher. I got the track burning up. Don't think to touch 6 feet's enough to get the match to combust. Diamond, strike it, ignite on any given surface solid. Callous symbols that come from